it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. I'm a UK-based Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I have got a second video for you, which is for the Spot Weekly Challenge group. I'm one of the design team members. Do remember that if you don't already subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can do so very quickly just by clicking on the button in the bottom right-hand corner, and I would be very grateful if you would do so. Thank you very much. So today's challenge is a colour challenge, and it is to use any three or all of Rich Raspberry, Flirty Flamingo, Mint Macaron, Pear Pizzazz and Crumb Cake. I have elected to use all three. I must be mad, but I have. So let me show you the project I've come up with, which is this one. So you can see all those colours there. I've even got coloured vellum, which we do not stock, but I will show you how I have done that. And I've used, because they are clear and they're gorgeous, the elegant faceted gems. These ones are actually clear. They pick up the colour that they are on, whereas these are petal pink and a kind of white, frosted white. Rhinestones are silvered, but these are clear. So let me see if I can pick them up for you. Can you see that little glittery bit there and here and here? And I've also used some Wink of Stella over the top. So let me show you how I have done all of this. I'm going to start by looking at how I've done the vellum. This is our standard vellum card, and I've just taken the dark Flirty Flamingo blend, and with the side of the brush tip just added colour to my vellum. You do need to then leave it to dry, which doesn't take long because this is an alcohol ink, and I'm just going to make sure that I've got that all in the right place, which I have. So once that's dry, I can die cut it with the biggest of the dies. I'm using the Forever Fern bundle, so I've got the stamp set and the matching dies. If you buy these together using the bundle code, remember that you get to have a 10% discount. They may be out of stock at the moment, but I think they're still orderable. But certainly worth waiting for if you haven't got them already, or if they're not in stock. You can just mark to be notified when they come back in stock. So as I say, it's the Forever Fern stamp set and the Forever Flourishing dies, bought as a bundle using the bundle code, save 10% on each. So this we are going to just leave to dry, and I'm going to just show you very quickly how I have stamped the remainder. I'm not going to stamp it all, just some of it. So I'm going to stick with Flirty Flamingo and find my, I had a D block just now. I did. I buried it under the gems. So D block, Flirty Flamingo ink. These are distinctive stamps, so you don't really, oops, got a bit of something there. You don't need to do anything other than just ink up your stamp and pop it down, and all the shading will be done for you like that. And it dries lighter, but it's as simple as that. Now, as I say, I'm not going to stamp everything again because all I'm doing is stamping. Stamping and die cutting. I will be die cutting again in a moment anyway. So let me pop that away, pop that to one side, grab my Rich Raspberry ink and my sentiment. So I have already stamped and die cut the other pieces that I need. But I do need to do my sentiment while I'm still waiting for this to dry properly. So Rich Raspberry ink, ink up the You Can Do This, and this is where I have to do load, aim, fire, that I am square. This is a slightly forgiving stamp in that, because it's got all the curly bits, it's not quite so important to get it absolutely ping on straight. Straight is better than crooked, but it's not vital. So let me just clean that off with my chamois. This is clean, it's just stained. So let's pop that away. I've just recently, well literally this morning, tidied up my desk, so I'm in a tidying up while I go along phase. Won't last. Right, so I brought out the new label punch, which I can't remember what it's called, but let me find it. Bum bum bum. Design a series paper. Haven't got as far as I haven't finished labelling all of this. Here we go. So it is the lovely Labels Picker Punch, and it bundles with the lovely Yuille stamp set. So again, if you want to buy the two together, if you use this bundle code down here, you get 10% off. And of course, at the moment, we're doing the joining offer, which means that for the rest of June, if you join my team, and you can do that if you're in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, if you join my team, as well as the usual £130 or 175 euros, and 100 brain's gone dead. So £130, 175 euros of product. You can also add on any bundle from the current catalogue, the new catalogue, and you'll get it for £99 or 129 euros. That includes free shipping and lots of catalogues and all sorts of bits and pieces. So if you did want to run this as a business, you could do so. You don't have to. You are very happy. You are very welcome to be a happy shopper, a discount shopper. The vast majority of my team are discount shoppers, and that is perfect. You know, they're making the most of the fact that they can be a discount shopper. So I'm just trimming that end as well, popping this in. You can do labels that are half, 3/4 or an inch wide, and they stack beautifully. Now, because this is slightly shorter, I'm just going to make sure it is square in the punch. Here we go. And there is our lovely label. Might want to trim that one down just a tiny weeny teeny weeny bit more. So let's just pop it in. And I really do mean a tiny weeny teeny weeny bit more. That's better, makes me happier. And then I've got a piece of rich raspberry card that is an inch wide, and we're going to layer it onto that. So pop that into the punch, and you've got the two labels that you can use, so it's perfect. And then let's just see where we need to cut that so that we get a nice even label. So we want it to finish there, plus a bit is there. So pop this back in. Keep it as straight as I can. Make sure it's straight the other side. Just a wee bit crooked. If you're doing longer labels, it's much, much easier to get it straight. But if you've only got about ½ an inch actually in the channel, it's not going to be easy to keep it straight. So that goes on there perfectly. I'm actually going to wait to stick that on until I've almost finished, purely because I discovered when I was doing the previous one a bit of a rookie error. So I'm just going to run this through my die cutter. One very good reason to join my team sooner rather than later is that if you are a demonstrator, you can order from the new autumn-winter catalogue, frightening, in July. So next month, the autumn-winter catalogue, which will run from August until March, I think. Can't remember. But also, when the new standard size cut and emboss machine is available, which is in August, you can order it early. And if you're a customer, you have to wait. But as a demonstrator, not only do you get to order it early, you also get a discount. So the minimum discount you would be getting is 20%, so it will be a bargain. And as I say, the starter kit is only £99 or €129 for so much product. And you get to choose the product, which is even better. Now, the reason I've just turned that over is because this is beginning to bend. So if it's bouncy, I turn it over and it helps keep the plate flat. So that is the die cutting down. So now done, rather. Die cutting down. So now all we need to do is build up our card. I'm going to put the one I made before in front of me so I can see what I'm doing. So I've got a piece of rich raspberry, a piece of crumb cake. Oh, and I've just realised I need a crumb cake base, but that's okay, we can do that in a moment. So I'm going to work on the crumb cake. The first thing I'm going to do is some surgery on this because I don't want, I don't want all of this in one piece. So I'm going to cut there, and I'm going to cut, let's see, I want those two together, and that one I want, and then that one I want separate. So I'm just going to trim that off and just make it a better shape so that there's not too many pointy bits. Right, okay, I want to trim off that end, and I need to, these are going to get stuck on that side, which I think I had them more like that. In fact, I had them that way up. I've cut off the wrong bit. It doesn't matter. It's fine. We can just stick them all back together again. It's not vital, it's just they weren't going in the direction that I wanted them to go in. So that's all right. We can trim these off. Trim that down. Trim that. Because what I want is for them to be coming out so that they're coming out this away, not that away, if that makes sense. So let's trim the end off that, and I want to stick this on with a dimensional, but I want that one going that way. Let's use that one. Actually no, we'll use that one to also go that way. And pop that down with a dimensional. Perfect. Got that one's for that. Right, and this one we can have coming out this side. And again, I'm going to pop that on with a dimensional. So just pop it where you want it and then stick it on with a dimensional, and then we can add a few more, well, probably just one more dimensional. And then that can stick down, and that will be our kind of marker for where we're doing everything else. And I do want them to come slightly off the bottom of the card, and I want this to be straight. There we go. Right, so everything else we can just tuck in underneath. So the first thing I'm going to put in is this, but I'm going to trim its bottom. And again, I'm going to be using a dimensional at the top and at the side, but in a bit. And then some liquid adhesive on the bottom, just so that that's stuck down, because I want that flat. And again, I'm going to have that coming over at a bit of an angle so that it comes off the side of the card. It looks a bit more meant that way. And then we can pop our little bit in underneath, just with a little dab of glue. And then that can tuck under. And again, we've got that coming off just a wee bit. Right, okay, so the next one that goes on is so this is crumb cake. The next one that goes on is my pear pizzazz bit, and I'm going to do exactly the same. So I'm going to pop some adhesive, grab a dimensional and pop that there, and then probably just a mini for the top. There we go, whoops. Take the backings off those, and then this comes all the way over here and just tucks in underneath. And again, this is why I put the dimensionals under here a bit down. And again, I've come slightly off the side with that. And then I just want to tuck this in. May not need all of that actually. I think just this part here. So I'm going to pop that in just under there. And again, I'm going to adhere that with some liquid adhesive. So just hold that up a wee bit and just pop that under there. So that again, that's coming off the side. Right, last two pieces. Now this one I'm going to stick down first. So I'm going to pop this down first of all. And again, I want a large dot there, dimensional even, and a small one there. I've got glue on my finger now, that's why everything's picking up. And just a little bit of adhesive on the back of that. And this I'm not going to pop all the way down, I'm just going to pop it in here. So it's coming out from behind these two pieces. And then this I'm going to stick down with a dimensional there. And then just some liquid adhesive on the back of this. Pull that up, pop my die cut in underneath, like that. Now I have got this little bit which is going to irritate me now because I've got it. So I think I'll just pop that in up there. Oops, far too much. It's all right, I'll need some more adhesive in a moment anyway. Oops. It's all right, we can wipe that away. There we go. And in fact, we can probably put a gem over the top of that. So this really isn't the moment to think that that's not straight. I'm going to ignore it. Right, okay, so what I did before, which was a bit of a rookie error, is I put everything together and then I got my Wink of Stella and bashed. So what I want is some little bits of sparkle, and the reason that I want to do this before I put the sentiment on is because I don't want the sentiment to run, and there was a possibility that it might have done had I done it afterwards, and I just got away with it on the first one. So I don't want to tempt Providence. So while that's all drying, let's get my rich raspberry card, my mat. And this is just slightly larger than the crumb cake. And the joy with having liquid adhesive is you've got that little bit of wiggle room, so that when you're slightly crooked, you can straighten it out. And I'm going to press from the back because all those bits of vellum have a habit of catching, so not a great idea to smush it from the front. Stampin' Seal will be perfect for adhering my sentiment. Oops. Get the lid back on properly and just pop that on here. Oops. Too far one end. It's alright, I hadn't pressed it down, so we're going to go better. Right, okay, so I need to do a crumb cake base because I forgot. But that's easily solved. So 1 piece of crumb cake cardstock, a trimmer, and I'm going to just crease this, or score it rather, at 14.87-ish. Turn it, so this is just half a sheet. And there we go. Pop that to one side for later. Just reinforce my crease. Grab some more liquid adhesive. And pop that onto the front of my card. Obviously you'll need a liner. Because crumb cake is, you can write on crumb cake, but it's not the easiest thing. So 1 liner, and then we can grab maybe some mint macaron. I would always go slightly pale on the inside of the card. And I'm going to bring out one of these other stamps so that I can just have a small bit of something, and we'll do a double. There we go. Just to have something on the inside that ties it all together. And again, stamp and seal to, whoops, I haven't quite got the knack of this yet. I'm getting there, but like anything new, you kind of have to give it a bit of a go and get to grips with it. And then this can pop into the inside of our card, and then all I need to do is add the gems and we're good to go. That's certainly strong adhesive. So let's grab our gems and my take your pick, and let's see. Now I found it was quite a good idea to pop some of these on top of the vellum to help keep the vellum down. So 1 there. I'm actually then going to pop 1, I think, just tucked in up here. And can you see they just pick up the colour that's behind them, which is fantastic. And then 1 just there. I do like my triangles and I do like my odd numbers. So there we go. So this is the one we've just made. This is the one I made before. Great colour combination. As I say, you can go any way you want with this because it's any 3 or all. What would be quite nice, I think, would be mint macaron, flirty flamingo and crumb cake. I think that's, so that would be these. I think that's quite a pretty colour combination, but I think they all work really well. So there we go. Do have a look at the other design team inspiration pieces. If you go to my website, which is linked immediately below, you'll find the picture of the colour swatches. Just click on that picture and it will take you over to the main spot website, and you can see all the other inspiration that the design team have come up with. Thank you very much indeed for joining me today. Do remember to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and to click on the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you would like to buy any of these items or join my team, you can find links for that both below and over on my website. And I would love to welcome you to my team of sunflowers. It's a fantastic time to join. It's the best time to join. Free bundle, get your Christmas and autumn things early, and get to buy the new cut and emboss die cutting machine at a discount before anybody else. Perfect. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye!